You know what I appreciate about Adam Pukta, or some of them? No wine opener necessary. Same thing with the whites. Why does red feel so special?
Life is full of work and stress. Parenting can be a mess. Being a woman is hard enough without adding on that extra stuff. We'll cover topics of every kind. Helpful resources we will find. We'll even drink a bottle of wine. Join us. It will be a real good time.
I wonder if a dry rosé goes good with gummy worms. We're about to find out, I think.
No.
Okay, go play Minecraft. Go build an underground fortress while you wait for me.
Sure.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Oh, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
That's right. Hi, I'm Amanda.
And I'm Nikki.
And welcome to Working Mom's Wine, where we drink a bottle of wine and hope the toddler's not coming back.
And whine about our crazy, busy, stressful working mom lives while we try to record a podcast without being interrupted by our children.
Yep. I don't know why I keep calling him a toddler, too. He's definitely not. He's a preschooler. He is starting kindergarten this fall.
You know,
I have a
forever
dry
a toddler
rosé
for us.
today. I've decided I will never again have a dry rosé. It's fine.
Rosés aren't my favorite.
Well, I like rosés, but I've never had a dry one. This one says it has cherry and strawberry with a racy acidity, watermelon and red plum.
Racy.
And it's supposed to be more like an old-fashioned rosé.
Hmm.
And the first time I took a sip and smell of it, I was like, I don't know about this. And then the second time I took a drink of it, I was like, okay, it's a little bit like a steak.
Interesting.
So, but you know what it pairs well with?
Steak?
Gummy worms.
I was like, what is that? A shriveled up carrot?
I mean, old vegetables.
Well, it's an appropriate topic because today we're talking about snacking while we both eat. I've been trying to get more into cooking various things, and I'm trying a new dish today. It's chicken and onion and Brussels sprouts with a balsamic vinaigrette-based sauce. It's pretty good.
And before people hate on Brussels sprouts, okay. Side note, I think this is not what it suggests, but I think pairing it with something sweet is the key. But also, every time I take another sip, I'm like, this is one that grows on you. Like my first sip, I was like, I don't know. And every time I take another drink, I'm like, okay, maybe. Brussels sprouts. Everyone's gonna hate on Brussels sprouts, and that's just because you haven't had them done the right way yet. And
they can be tasty.
Yes. And if you don't like Brussels sprouts that have been roasted in the oven, put them in your air fryer and put a little cheese on top. You have to do other things to them too, like oil. But if you look up like air fryer Brussels sprouts, there's a great recipe online that involves cheese also. But it's something where you're like, oh, it's breaded. You bread them. So you're breading them, you're putting the cheese in there, you're air frying them.
So it's almost like a bloomin' onion.
So good. Yeah, pretty much. Except it's Brussels sprouts instead of onion.
I feel like the Brussels sprouts take on the flavor of whatever you cook them in. So like this had balsamic with maple syrup, and so it tastes really good.
And
it just tastes like balsamic.
I love balsamic vinaigrette. I have like a thicker raspberry balsamic in my fridge. I've even taken to like squirting that on my mashed potatoes. It's very good. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about
snacks.
Don't get me started on food. We're talking about
on food, and we could go all day.
Fair.
Especially the summertime when your kids are home from school, like ours are right now, and they just want to snack all day long.
I have seen some pretty cool tips on social media, things that people do. There was a mom who got one of those rolling art carts that have the
Mhm.
long, skinny things, and she had like a section for sweets, a section for healthy, a section for
Oh.
salty, and they had, I think, like the week to eat it.
Yeah.
But basically, if they emptied it before the end of the week, they weren't getting more snacks.
Mhm.
Um, or I have seen people who do like just a little Tupperware dish on the counter each day. This is what you could have, and then the
Yeah.
kids don't come to you 50 times saying, "I'm hungry. What can I have for a snack?" Like they know what they can have,
And
but
some people will basically make it like a vending machine or a
mm-hmm,
store, and they get their allowance, and once they're out of their allowance, that's it. If
that's
you
it.
ate all your snacks in 2 days, oh well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it can get expensive. That was one of my notes on here, was it's either expensive or it's super unhealthy, because sometimes you can get a good deal on like snack cakes and stuff, but like who wants to let their kid eat 5 snack cakes in a day? But are they really eating because they need to eat? Or are they eating because they're just home all day and they get a
I'm
little bored
bored.
and they're like, oh man, an ice cream sandwich sounds real good right now? Which, to be fair, is also a problem for us adults.
It sure is. I work from home and it is a constant struggle. If anything is in the house for Ari, I
Yeah.
will go stand in front of my pantry and just be like
Hmm. What can I
staring
eat?
at it.
I got kind of lucky, kind of unlucky with the last round of groceries, because there was a lot of fruit on sale,
Oh,
but
okay.
I still spent more than I would have if I had just been sticking to my list and ordering my curbside pickup. But this was a week where there were buy two get two free deals, and I didn't want to chance it, and I took everyone into the grocery store. And
Mhm.
so it's like I already knew.
Sorry, they're
No, you're fine.
fighting.
I already knew I was going to buy strawberries and apples and bananas, and then I ended up also buying grapes because they were only like $1.50 a pound.
Yeah, I don't know that I have a lot of tips or that I'm very good at it. I just try to have both healthy and fun stuff,
Yeah.
and I try to keep it balanced. And I say, okay, you've had enough from the candy bag. Let's
Mhm.
next few snacks need to be fruit, or no more snacks until you've had a full meal, and
Mhm.
just trying to keep tabs on it. But we do a lot of popsicles because there's not much to them. It's just like flavored
Yeah.
water, you know.
Right.
But she can eat them outside when she's hot and share them with her
Yeah.
friends. We do those freezer pop, those cheap ones, you know.
So buy in bulk, but don't put it all in your kitchen. Put it downstairs on the other side of the basement. Is that just a Midwestern thing? I don't know.
The unfinished side of the basement.
Right, but hide it somewhere. Sometimes I will put things in like my closet in the master bathroom. And when I feel like, we have like this amount where I will be like, okay, we'll have this for the week. But like, for instance, maybe they have a Pop Tart sale and I buy 8 boxes of Pop Tarts. But I'm only going to let them get into Pop Tarts 1 to 2 times a week. So the rest of them go in my closet. And then the next week I bring a couple more out.
So be sneaky, sneaky.
Exactly. But that also means that you have to have the self discipline to not get into the box yourself.
Yeah, that's impossible. I don't know what you're talking about.
um,
It's
but you
potato
can,
chips for me. I
yeah, that's fair. You can take
can't
advantage of
resist.
really big sales that way. I bought like 5 boxes of Kool-Aid jammers and put them on our special "this is for school only" shelf in the fridge. And now that we have some left over, of course I'm going to let them get into them for the summer. Same thing with like Lunchables.
Mhm.
We usually buy the off-brand ones. Um, but there was a week where those were on a really good sale. There was a week where Lunchables themselves were on a really good sale. And I bought more than I normally would for the week because I let them have those about once a week. And then thought this will last us the last month of school or whatever. So you can buy in bulk, or you like Sam's, Costco, what have you, or
Mhm.
stock up on really good sales. And if you want to try something like Sam's and you've never done it before, watch Groupon because every once in a while they will have a deal where you spend $40 for a Sam's membership, but then between all the coupons you get and the free rotisserie chicken and whatever else, it ends up like negating the
The
$40 you
cost.
spent. Yeah. So it's a really good deal if you can catch it. When we started our garden, one of my things was I would really like to have a couple of berry bushes because I know they can run away, like they can get out of hand and spread more than people want them to spread. Berries are so expensive. It's the most expensive thing right now. Strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, they're all stupidly expensive. So I'm like, let my bushes run away. I will sell the extra berries because we're not going to have any extra
Mm-hmm.
berries anyway. But it's so expensive. So one of the things we made sure to do was I only bought two of each kind. I think we got blackberry and raspberry. I don't think they had, we have a strawberry plant that we got separately. But I was like, we'll just get like one to two of each thing. And that way, if it really does grow as fast as people say they do, we can still kind of guide them the direction we want them to go. Um, I live right by a highway, and I have this weird little dream that I'm going to be able to shape these bushes in the way that I want to, and that I'm going to shape them to basically be a natural fence up against the highway and the other edge of our property so that the kids don't try to run past all these berry bushes. We'll see if that actually works out. But if
Yeah.
you can spare a few bucks and buy a berry bush and it really does grow the way people claim that it grows, you're going to
Mm-hmm.
find yourself saving more and more money as time goes on. So, berry bushes. Do it. I'll let you know how mine goes. Maybe I'll regret this in like a year and be like, "Don't do it." But
I've never been able to grow berries because the squirrels always get to it. Like I've tried the strawberries in the ground, I've tried them on
yeah,
the hanging thing. They always get taken by bunnies and squirrels.
I don't know if this goes for squirrels, but I read that for bunnies and for deer, that planting the marigolds around everything helps. So we did marigolds, and then I don't know if he actually ended up doing it because there was a lot of confusion the day we were, like the day that Brandon was actually at the plant place. I
Mm-hmm.
know he got the marigolds. Then he started talking about a whole bunch of different herbs, and I told him that I wanted
Mm-hmm.
peppermint because that can keep some pests away, and I don't know if he bought it or not.
Peppermint is great, but you have to plant it in an individual container that you can keep control of because that will take over your entire yard.
Well, if he did it the way I
I had
wanted
that at
him
the
to do it,
house.
he will have placed them all around the raised beds.
On the
But
outside or
yes,
in it? Oh god.
outside. But
We
also,
had some under one windowsill of the house, and I kid you not, it spread under the entire front of the house without any.
but that's what I want. I want to surround my entire house with it because it supposedly keeps out like ants and spiders and stuff.
My house still had spiders.
Okay. So it's BS.
I don't know.
And the
Maybe we just had it in the wrong spot. I don't know.
I'm assuming that nothing will keep out a squirrel, and I'm assuming like I don't understand why a marigold
Yeah.
would keep out anything. But I was like,
I
this
don't
is
know.
what they say to use, so we'll do it.
I have
If you
seen
guys,
that in videos to put
yeah, if you
marigolds
guys
and then
know
certain
why, tell
herbs.
me in the comments.
There are certain
Well,
herbs that are companion plants to tomatoes that make them grow better.
mm,
That you're supposed to be able to plant by them. But have you guys been pruning the little sprout offs and stuff?
that's a great question for
I
Brandon.
should send you some TikToks because I watched a bunch about growing tomatoes because I thought I was going to plant some and then I never did. But there's
Yeah,
like all these things about when you see the flower, pinch it off here and do this there, and then it'll grow bigger and have a bigger harvest. But
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, because I thought like this was going to be like a joint effort for sure, like that I was going to be learning some more about gardening and whatever. But for whatever reason, timing, what have you, Brandon's been doing most of the work on it. And then like if he is working on it, it's a day where I'm at like my real job.
Way away.
Yeah. And so he'll do a bunch of stuff and I like don't even know that he's done it. But so I don't know. I don't know if he's been
I
doing
don't
that
know.
with the plants or not.
He's chat GPT in it. He's probably already read all that.
Probably. And he does have a little bit of experience in that area with like the landscaping and
Yeah.
growing up in an area where they had a lot of farming and stuff. So. Well, as always, thanks for joining us. You can find us on all the socials at Working Moms Wine. We still have the Patreon. We have workingmomswine.com. Feel free to drop any tips below where you have saved money on summer snacks or maybe some strategies for distraction.
How do you cope
Because
with
you
having
know,
children that want to snack all day long?
you know some of the snacking doesn't need to happen. They're just excited about some of the opportunities in the house and they're looking at it all day. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Excuse me.